Okay, so this is part 18. I forgot that on May 5th, um, I did a brief live about my cousin Lexus, which is Rolita's daughter, because she went on my sister Sunshine's Facebook and made nasty comments about me. My sister had tagged me in a post about something, and so my cousin Alexis felt the need to go on there and talk shit about me. And I'm about to tell you exactly what she said in just a second. So whatever my sister tagged me in, she commented and said, "Fuck your sister. That hoe got me blocked," with two laughing emojis and said extra mad ass after she started all that shit. Now, mind you, I didn't initially block Lexus when I was airing everything out because it had nothing to do with my cousins. Like my younger, it had nothing to do with them. It had to do with their mom, but it had nothing to do with them. But when I went live with Angel and Mia, which Mia is Angel's daughter, um, she felt the need to come into the comments and she was talking shit and just saying all this crazy stuff. And so, yeah, she got blocked because what are you here for? And even during the live, I told her it's okay if you don't want to believe that your mama is a horrible person. I never wanted to believe that my mama was a horrible person. I said, but just because you don't want to believe it doesn't make it any less true. So, anyway, that day she commented. I also had unblocked her to respond on Facebook as well, but I did a brief live about her. And I'm like, and this, mind you, this is in May, and I hadn't done any live videos um, since March. So the fact that we in May and you felt the need to bring me up at all, okay, you send for me, I'ma come. That's how I felt about that situation. Um, and that the video, the when I went live, like I told y'all, I downloaded the videos, uploaded them to YouTube the next day. So that live about her is on YouTube, and I think it's called "Fat Meat is Indeed Greasy." Because I just feel like people think they could say whatever they want to say, and I'm not gonna say nothing. That was the old me, right? Um, so in between all this time up until we moved, me and Lil G was still talking. Um, and then the it was like after 12, so the day of the move, when I finally laid down, I thought about the fact that I had nobody to help me get the U-Haul. Like my brother Reginald was there, my sister Sunshine ended up being there, and then but neither one of them drives. So I needed somebody to drive my vehicle back after getting the U-Haul. So I end up texting my brother Herbert because we had kind of talked the day before because I end up having to go get Sunshine because she had something urgent going on. So since I talked to him that day before, I texted him and asked him if he could come with me to get the U-Haul. He said yeah, which that worked out better because he ended up helping us move also. But I had texted Lil G and asked her if she could ride with me to get the U-Haul, and then she just never said nothing. So up that whole time, up until then, we had been talking. After that, we ain't talk no more. And so I don't know why, but that's just is what it is. I'm not gonna reach out because I haven't done anything to be ignored or not talked to. So that's that. Um, I don't know. Don't understand it. Um, so as far as the story time about this specific portion of surviving this toxic ass family, that's gonna be the end part to this story time, and then I will do more story times about other things that have happened. I think the next story time I will do is about my sister Sunshine, about how I found her, about how my mom acted, all of that. And so I'm gonna just end this part with Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. So the end result of me outing everything and having Lil G's back when she talked to the hospital and all of that concerning my grandmother is they decided that she had to have a nurse come to Rolita's house and check on her periodically. And since Lil G was power of attorney, she would get the reports about what was going on. So, as far as I know, that's still happening. I don't know for sure, but what I do know is I'm not going to insert myself in that anymore just because the main point of contact I had with that was Lil G and she is not talking to me. So, I'm assuming that she's handling it great on her own considering it's September 25th and I ain't heard from her. So, there's that. Um, do I feel a way about it? Of course I do. Because I was out. I went no contact. I was done with people. And I was done. And I got back in to have her back. And now, I don't know. So, yeah, that's the end of this part of the story time right here. But I recorded a video yesterday talking about some stuff, and then for some reason TikTok it just it didn't save as a draft, nothing, it just disappeared. And so kind of what I want to talk about now is coming up in the end of this video, so I'm just going to record that video and I'll post that one also. But this is the end of this particular portion of the series. And if you watched all of the videos, thank you. If you just watched this video, if you just watched a few videos, I appreciate you. And if you feel like somebody else needs to hear my story, repost the video, send them the link, however you choose to share it. But I appreciate y'all. All right, bye.